This video contains a truth that has changed the lives of many people. If you are having health problems and have ever felt stuck, please subscribe to the channel and leave a comment in the comment section so we can share useful knowledge together. Have you ever noticed how even the smallest things, like opening a jar, typing on your phone, or holding a coffee cup, suddenly start to feel like a real challenge? Maybe your hands ache by the end of the day, or there's this stubborn stiffness you just can't shake. If that sounds familiar, you're definitely not alone. Hand pain from arthritis is something millions of people face every day, and it can really sneak into the little moments of your life, making them harder than they need to be. Now, the good news is, you don't have to just accept that pain as part of your routine. There are ways to take control, to ease the discomfort, and even improve your hand function. In fact, simple daily exercises can make a big difference. No fancy equipment needed, and you can do them right at home, anytime you want. So, in this conversation today, I want to share 5 straightforward exercises that can help you manage hand pain caused by arthritis. These moves are designed to keep your joints moving, reduce stiffness, and help maintain strength. I've seen these work wonders with patients over my 30 years in medicine. People just like you who want to get back to doing the things they love, without that nagging hand pain slowing them down. Before we dive in, I'd love to hear from you. If you're dealing with arthritis or hand pain, or if there's something specific that's been bothering you, please drop a comment below. Sharing your experience might just help others too, and I'll do my best to offer tips or advice tailored to your situation. Let's start by talking about the importance of movement. When your hands hurt, the natural reaction is often to avoid using them too much. That's completely understandable. Pain makes you want to protect your joints. But here's the tricky part. If you stop moving your hands, the stiffness often gets worse, and the muscles around your joints can weaken, making pain even more noticeable. Movement is actually medicine for arthritis, but it needs to be gentle and consistent. The first exercise I want to talk about is called the finger bends. It's simple but powerful. You start by holding your hand out in front of you, palm up. Then, gently bend your thumb toward your palm, trying to touch the base of your little finger. Hold that stretch for a few seconds, then straighten your thumb back out. Next, take each finger one at a time and slowly bend it toward your palm, holding for a few seconds before straightening it back out. This exercise helps keep your finger joints flexible and encourages blood flow to those areas, which can ease pain and stiffness. When I recommend this to patients, I often hear they're surprised by how quickly they feel a little more ease in their fingers. It's almost like waking up the joints that have been asleep for too long. And you can do these finger bends several times a day, maybe when you're watching TV or taking a break at work. Next, let's move on to the thumb stretch. The thumb is involved in almost everything we do, from gripping a pen to unlocking your phone. Arthritis can make that thumb feel especially stiff and painful. For this stretch, hold your hand out, palm up, and gently pull your thumb away from your palm with your other hand. You'll feel a gentle stretch along the base of your thumb. Hold it for 15 to 30 seconds, then release. Repeat a few times on each hand. This helps keep the thumb's range of motion, reducing that tight, painful feeling many people experience. A great way to make this part of your day is to connect it with a routine you already have. For example, after washing your hands in the morning or before bed, take a moment to do the thumb stretch. These small habits can build up into meaningful relief over time. Now, moving on to something a little different, but equally important, make a fist and release. This one sounds straightforward, and it is, but it's surprisingly effective. Start by holding your hand open, fingers straight. Slowly curl your fingers into a gentle fist, wrapping your thumb around the outside of your fingers. Don't squeeze too hard, just enough to feel the movement. Hold the fist for a few seconds, then slowly open your hand back up as wide as you can. Repeat this movement 8 to 12 times. This exercise helps improve grip strength and flexibility. One of the things I remind my patients is that a stronger grip can actually protect your hand joints, because your muscles help support and stabilize those joints. Plus, it's a great way to break up long periods of inactivity, especially if you have a desk job or spend a lot of time on your phone or computer. I want to share a quick story here. I had a patient a retired teacher in her late 60s, who struggled with hand pain every morning. After just a few weeks of consistently doing finger bends, thumb stretches, and making fists, she told me, "I can hold my grandbaby's hand again without wincing." Moments like that remind me why these small exercises can be so powerful. They're not just movements. They're the key to keeping you connected to the things and people you love. By now, you might be wondering how often you should be doing these exercises or if they might make your pain worse. The answer is, start slow. Maybe do them once or twice a day at first and listen to your body. If something feels too painful, ease back and try again later. These exercises should help you feel better, not worse. Over time, as your hands get stronger and more flexible, you can increase how often and how long you do them. At this point, you're building a great foundation. Movement is beginning to loosen those stiff joints, and you're encouraging blood flow, which helps with healing. You're also starting to strengthen the muscles that support your hands. But there's more to come. We'll also talk about exercises that focus on improving overall hand function and ease pain even further. Think of this as a journey, one where every small step you take leads to a little less pain and a little more freedom in your hands. And the best part is, you can do these exercises anytime, anywhere. Whether you're at home, work, or even waiting in line, a few minutes can go a long way. Now that we've explored finger bends, thumb stretches, and the make-a-fist exercise, you're well on your way to regaining control over your hand pain. Let's keep this momentum going and look how we can improve your grip and wrist movement next. Now that you've started to loosen up those fingers and thumb, it's time to focus on exercises that bring strength and flexibility to the rest of your hand and wrist. These are key areas because they work together to give you the control and stability you need for everyday tasks. When arthritis tightens up your joints, it's not just about the pain. It's about keeping your hands working well for you. One exercise I often recommend is called the wrist flex and extend. You might not think much about your wrist, but it's a crucial player in how your hand moves. For this, hold your arm out straight with your palm facing down. Slowly bend your wrist upwards as far as you comfortably can. Hold for a few seconds, then bend it downwards in the opposite direction. Do this slowly, feeling the stretch along your wrist and forearm muscles. Repeat this motion about 10 times. This stretch is wonderful because it gently encourages movement in an area that often becomes stiff from arthritis or even from repetitive activities like typing or cooking. When I explain this to patients, I tell them it's like giving your wrist a little wake-up call, reminding it that movement is good and needed. Plus, keeping your wrist flexible helps reduce strain on your fingers. Along the same lines, there's a variation where you make a loose fist and then gently rotate your wrist in circles. This motion can feel a bit unusual at first, but it's fantastic for circulation and joint mobility. Try doing 5 rotations clockwise, then 5 counterclockwise with each hand. These small rotations can help flush out stiffness and bring fresh blood to the joints. Another simple, yet very effective exercise is the finger spread and squeeze. To do this, hold your hand out with fingers together. Then, slowly spread your fingers as wide apart as possible. Hold for a moment, and bring them back together, almost like you're trying to squeeze a small ball between each finger. Repeat this 8 to 10 times. You'd be surprised how often we keep our fingers tightly curled or pressed together without realizing it, and that lack of movement can make stiffness worse. This finger spreading motion helps maintain the flexibility between your joints and also strengthens the tiny muscles that support your fingers. Patients often tell me that doing this exercise regularly makes everyday tasks, like typing or buttoning a shirt, feel smoother and less painful. Now, I want to share a little practical tip. You can use a soft stress ball or even a rolled-up sock as resistance while doing finger squeezes. This adds a bit of gentle strength training, which is crucial because stronger muscles mean better joint support and less pain in the long run. Just make sure it doesn't hurt. Start with light pressure and work your way up as your hands get stronger. It's also important to mention that arthritis pain and stiffness often aren't the same throughout the day. Many people feel their worst in the mornings when the joints have been still for hours. That's why starting your day with these gentle movements can really set the tone for less pain throughout the day. Even a quick 5-minute routine of wrist flexes and finger spreads before you get out of bed can make a noticeable difference. I remember a gentleman I worked with who was an avid gardener. He was devastated when his arthritis made it painful to hold small tools or pick up plants. After incorporating wrist stretches and finger exercises into his morning routine, he told me he could enjoy his garden again without the constant ache. That kind of progress doesn't happen overnight, but it's the consistency that counts. As you're practicing these exercises, you might wonder about the pace. The key is slow, deliberate movements. Don't rush through them just to get it done. Think of it as a mindful moment with your body. Listen to how your hands feel with each movement. If something feels sharp or painful, ease back a bit, and maybe try that move again later or less intensely. Now, there's one more exercise that I find truly makes a difference when combined with what we've talked about so far. It's called tendon glides. This one might sound a little fancy, but it's actually straightforward and very effective. The idea is to move your fingers through a sequence of positions to glide the tendons smoothly through your hand. You start with your fingers straight, then bend the top to joints of your fingers while keeping the base joints straight. Then curl your fingers into a full fist, and finally, make a hook fist where only the middle joints bend. This sequence helps keep the tendons flexible and prevents them from getting stuck or tight, which is a common problem when arthritis flares up. Doing tendon glides regularly can improve how your fingers move together, making gripping and pinching actions easier and less painful. I encourage my patients to pair these exercises with deep, steady breathing. It might sound simple, but taking a moment to breathe deeply can help relax your muscles and ease the tension around your joints. When you're relaxed, it's easier for the exercises to do their job. By now, you've added wrist flexes, finger spreads, and tendon glides to your routine. These movements work together to reduce stiffness, improve strength, and increase blood flow, all essential for managing arthritis pain. Keep in mind, every hand is unique. You might find that some exercises feel better than others, and that's okay. The goal is to keep moving gently and listen to your body. With these exercises, you're empowering yourself to take control of your hand health. It's not about eliminating arthritis overnight. That's not realistic, but about finding ways to live well despite it. To do what you love with less pain and more confidence. You're doing great so far, and the progress you make will build on itself day by day. Soon, we'll explore a few more exercises that can round out your routine and help you maintain the mobility, and strength you need. Now that you've been working on loosening and strengthening your fingers, thumb, and wrist, let's focus on a few more exercises that can really help support your hand function and ease that arthritis discomfort. These final movements are designed to complement everything you've done so far, rounding out your routine with a balance of strength, flexibility, and gentle resistance. One of my favorite exercises to recommend is called the thumb opposition. It sounds technical, but it's quite simple and incredibly effective. Your thumb plays such a vital role in almost everything you do, from opening jars to texting a message. When arthritis affects the thumb joint, these everyday tasks become tough and painful. To do this exercise, start by touching the tip of your thumb to the tip of your index finger. Then move to the middle finger, ring finger, and finally the little finger, making a little O shape each time. Try to do this slowly and deliberately, pausing for a moment with each finger touch. Then, reverse the sequence back from the little finger to the index finger. This movement encourages the thumb to move through its full range of motion, helping to maintain dexterity and reduce stiffness. It also strengthens the small muscles around the thumb joint, providing better support and lessening strain. You can even turn this into a little game or challenge for yourself. How smoothly and quickly can you touch each finger? Over time, you'll notice more ease and less ache with those simple thumb movements. Next, I want to introduce an exercise called the finger lift. Place your hand flat on a table or other hard surface with your palm down. One by one, gently lift each finger off the table. Hold it up for a few seconds, then lower it back down. Try to keep the rest of your hand relaxed while you do this. This exercise targets those smaller muscles in your fingers that don't always get enough attention. When arthritis tightens up your joints, these muscles can weaken, leading to less control and more discomfort. Finger lifts help to reactivate these muscles, improving your grip and making tasks like holding a pen or gripping a cup feel more natural. I know it might sound like such a small movement, but trust me, it makes a difference. You can even try doing finger lifts during commercial breaks while watching TV, or whenever you have a moment to spare. Small, consistent practice adds up. Finally, let's talk about something that ties all these exercises together: the importance of warming up and cooling down your hands. Just like when you exercise your body, warming up your hands before doing these exercises helps reduce stiffness and prevent pain. You can do this by gently rubbing your hands together or soaking them in warm water for a few minutes before starting. And after your exercises, cool down by stretching your fingers gently and maybe even applying a warm compress or doing some light massage. These little steps soothe your joints and muscles, promoting healing and relaxation. It's also important to remember the bigger picture here. Hand arthritis doesn't have to control your life. By dedicating just a few minutes a day to these exercises, you're taking a proactive step toward managing pain and improving your function. I want to encourage you to be patient with yourself, especially if you're just starting. It can be frustrating at times when progress seems slow, but keep in mind that even small improvements can make a big impact on your daily life. Imagine being able to hold a coffee cup without wincing or button your shirt with ease. That's the kind of freedom these exercises are working toward. And if you ever feel unsure or have questions about your specific condition, don't hesitate to reach out to your healthcare provider. Sometimes, arthritis varies a lot from person to person, and a professional can help tailor a plan that fits your needs perfectly. Before we wrap up, I want to remind you that managing arthritis isn't just about exercises, it's about caring for your whole self. Eating a balanced diet, staying hydrated, getting enough rest, and protecting your hands during activities all play a part in your overall well-being. You're not alone in this journey. So many people face similar struggles, and sharing your experiences in the comments can be a source of encouragement and connection. Let us know how these exercises are working for you, what challenges you face, or even tips that have helped you manage your hand pain. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more practical health advice. Your support helps us keep creating content that empowers you to live well and feel your best. Remember, small changes really can make a big difference. Every stretch, every gentle movement is a step toward less pain and more independence. Here's to your hands feeling stronger, more flexible, and more capable every day, and here's to living your best life at any age. Thank you for spending this time with me. Take good care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video.